And here's my predictions for the NFC North standings this upcoming season. The NFC North is, before I actually get into ranking them, the NFC North is one of the more challenging divisions because I can make a case for all four teams to be able to win this division, and I can make a case for all four teams to be able to lose this division, be at the bottom of it for one reason or the other. The NFC North, in my opinion, doesn't have a ton of separation between the teams, and it feels like there's going to be a lot of infighting in this division, a lot of split series within the divisional matchups. There really doesn't appear to be a top flight team in this division. However, in my head, there is a clear favorite to win it. However, it really feels like this is the type of season/division where the team that comes out on top is, kind of a 10 or 11 win team, not a 12, 13, 14 win team unless someone gets hot. So enough chat. Here's my rankings. Let's get into it. At fourth, I have the Chicago Bears at 6-11. At fourth, I have the Chicago Bears at 6-11. This team I could totally see finishing second or third by the time this season is all said and done with. Putting the Bears at fourth is not something I have a ton of confidence or conviction in, and I would not be shocked to be wrong on this team at all. There's just things I don't believe about this team yet. I don't believe in their defense yet. I don't believe in Justin Fields quite yet as a passer. I don't 100% believe in this offensive line yet. But I do love what they've done in the offseason to address all of those issues. I just need to see it to believe it. I'm actually bullish on this team, and I have a strong suspicion they will do better than 6-11. There's games against the Saints, Commanders, and Broncos that I have them losing that are totally winnable for this team. I would not be shocked to see this team end around the 9-8, 8-9 range. I just want to see them put it together before I give them credit. So as such, I have them at 6-11 and fourth in the division. I had the Packers at third at 8-9. This is another team I could see doing a little better than their record. The main reason I have this team at 8-9 is because they have an absolutely brutal stretch starting week 6, where they could go easily on a 7-game slide, where they play the Broncos, who I think will be much better this season under Sean Payton, the Vikings, Rams, Steelers, Chargers, Lions, and Chiefs. That is a really tough stretch of games. I don't see how they get through that any better at the most optimistic 4-3. If they do manage to get through that stretch relatively unscathed, they could definitely have a better season than the 8-9 that I'm predicting, but I'm not high on this team after losing Aaron Rodgers. It's hard for me to look at the Packers potentially taking a significant downgrade at quarterback and then expecting them to have a better record than they did last season. I'm willing to give the Packers the benefit of the doubt and give them the same record as they had last season, but I would not be shocked to see the Packers finish last in their division. At second, I had the Minnesota Vikings at 10-7. This team is going to take a step back from their 13-win season they had last year. We all know it. Everybody knows it. It's well publicized that they won a record amount of one-score games last season, and you just don't catch that kind of lightning in a bottle twice unless you're the New England Patriots. They also have division winners schedule this season, so their schedule will be more difficult than it was last season. They play in 5 primetime games this season, so based on the Kirk Cousins memes, that's an immediate 5 losses right there, which is already more than they had total last season. The Vikings won more games than they should have last year, in my opinion, and they just come back down to earth a little bit. So 10-7 feels really fair for this team. They're a solid, good team in a not great division, so they should win some games. No disrespect. That just feels like what type of team they are. I have the Detroit Lions winning the NFC North for the first time since 1993 at 11-6. I have this team winning the division based on what should be a strong start. Their early season schedule shapes up for them to start really hot. I'm predicting them to start the season 6-2 and then even out a little bit at 5-4 down the stretch. I really love what this Lions team has done in the offseason. They've addressed the back end of their defense that wasn't great in free agency, as well as drafting a safety out of Alabama in the second round of the draft. And then they obviously, well-publicized, drafted Jack Campbell, the inside linebacker, to help the interior of their defense as well. They also went out and got a TJ Hawkinson replacement, tight end, also out of Iowa. I can also see Jahmyr Gibbs being an excellent fit on this offense, being an Alvin Kamara type of player here. So I like a lot of what they've done, but there are some things I don't love. Like, I don't love them losing Jamison Williams for the first 6 games. I don't love the fact that they lost TJ Hawkinson despite drafting his replacement because he's really good. And I also don't love that they lost wide receiver DJ Chark either. But I'm going to be optimistic. Jared Goff looked great last season under offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. So I really like the Lions this season. Enough that I have them winning the division for the first time since the year before I was born.